everyone, thank you for clicking on today's video. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about my experience on Chopped Junior. My friend Debbie actually came up with this idea, so Debbie, if you're watching this, thank you for this great idea. I'm going to be answering some questions about my experience. I asked on my TikTok and on my Instagram, and I got some good questions, so I'm going to answer those right now. So I thought I would do a little background. I was on Chopped Junior when I was 12. It was the summer going into 7th grade. So I was 12. And it's filmed in New York City. So I think those are like just kind of basic background questions. I'll be looking at my computer because I have all the questions here. But the first question is, what was the application/interview process like? So I was on the first season of Chopped Junior, so it was brand new. But the way I found out was I actually tried out for Kids Baking Championship because when I was younger, I loved to bake. I still love to bake, but I was better at baking than I was at cooking. So I tried out for Kids Baking Championship, but I was 12, and by the time it was gonna be filmed, I would have been 13, and I'm pretty sure that's too old. There was like something with the age, so I wasn't qualified to compete on Kids Baking Championship. So Chopped Junior is with the same casting company as Kids Baking Championship. So my mom actually got an email saying, we're coming out with this new show, Chopped Junior. Like, do you want to apply? So that's how I found out about it. And to interview or like the application process, you usually have to send in a video of you making a meal, baking something. And then for Kids Baking Championship and for Chopped, I had to do a Skype interview. I might have done 2. I can't really remember. Sorry, this was like so long ago. I'm 17 now, so 5 years ago. So I'm pretty sure it was 2 Skype interviews. But you do have to do a Skype interview. They want to see what you're like or what you're going to be like on TV. And send in a video of you making something. I sent in a video of making pollo saltado. So I don't know if that helped me get in, but that is what I made. How did you first feel when you heard you were going to be on the show? So I was actually super scared. I did not even want to apply for this show. Never watched Chopped before, so I was going into the competition and applying, and I had never watched the show. I didn't even know how the show worked. So I was definitely very nervous and scared. I did not even want to apply. My mom made me apply, then I got in, and I was like, I guess I'm doing this now. But I'm so thankful that I did it and that I applied. What did you cook for the rounds? So I got cut on the entree round, so I didn't make it to the dessert, so I'll just say what I made for the appetizer and entree round. So for the appetizer round, I had lobster mushrooms, toaster waffles, like Eggo waffles. I had orange push pops, if you know what those are, like in elementary school. They're like, come in this little tube, and then there's like a little stick, and it like pushes up. So it's like an orange popsicle, super sweet, and chorizo. So for the first round, I made lettuce wraps with chorizo and sauteed lobster mushrooms. And then I melted the orange popsicle into a sauce with like soy sauce and sesame oil, kind of made it like an Asian dipping sauce. And then I fried the toaster waffles and combined it with like some seasoning and put that on top. But if you watch the episode, you know I forgot the waffles, and yes, we're still embarrassed about that, and people still bring it up. So that's what I made for the first round, and somehow I made it through. For the second round, I had heirloom tomatoes, canned smoked oysters, vegetable sushi, which I'm pretty sure was just sushi with like cucumbers and carrots, and pork chops. So I made, oh my god, this sounds so disgusting. I don't even know how I came up with this idea, but I grilled pork chops, made like a wine sauce, and then I made a slaw. I didn't try it. The judges said it tasted good, but if you heard this, it does not sound good. Okay, this is what I remember putting in. I hate to watch myself on TV, so I do not really recall, but I definitely cut up the tomatoes. I took out all the there was probably like carrots and cucumbers in the sushi, took out the vegetables in the sushi, cut up like apples and put the oysters and made like a slaw.
Disgusting!
Who knows? I don't even know how I came up with that idea. And honestly, looking back, it sounds gross. But the judges said it was good. So I guess it was good. Not really sure. So that's what I made for the 2 rounds. I don't even know what the dessert round was. You'd have to watch it. I was on season 1, episode 5. It's called Fungi Times because we had lobster mushrooms, so the fungi. But yeah, I like was doing other stuff because I got eliminated, so I had to do stuff after. So I didn't really get to watch the dessert round, and I don't really recall because I've only watched the show once because I had a viewing party. So if you were there, shout out to you. That was quite embarrassing. Are the other contestants nice or mean? Are you friends with them still? I wouldn't say any of them were like mean. I definitely did not get along with this one girl. No hate to her. She was just kind of like cocky, and there are like videos of her saying stuff that like she's definitely gonna win. I don't know if that was just for TV purposes, but yeah, she kind of annoyed me. The other girl was super nice, super quiet, and then the one boy was super funny. I follow him on social media, like on Snapchat and Instagram still, but we don't really talk. But he was super nice. I was probably the closest with him on the show. On a scale from 1 to 10, how nervous were you on the show? Okay, so surprisingly, being on the set, like while you're cooking, you kind of just forget that there's people there and that you're actually on a show because you're so focused on your cooking and like you just have so much to think about, with everything going on. So for that part, I would probably say maybe like a 4 because I was just so distracted. I did get nervous at one point because I could not find the lettuce for my lettuce wraps, and I was literally about to use cabbage, but I found them like in the back of the fridge. But let me tell you, the chopping block part, oh my God, I could not breathe. Like that part is terrifying because you seriously have like no clue who's gonna get eliminated. And like they take so long because they have to get so many shots of like Ted doing like taking the what's it called, cloche, the metal thing off, and then the dish is underneath. Oh my God. And then you have to sit in a waiting room while they talk. So you seriously, I mean, at least like when you're watching the show, you know what they're saying about the dishes, but we have zero clue. So it's terrifying. That is probably like 100, like so bad. How was Ted Allen? A lot of people were wondering this on my TikTok. You don't really get to talk to the judges besides when they're judging your food or like when you're cooking. Same with Ted. So I didn't really get to talk to him much, but he was super nice. He helped another contestant get a food processor. You can like call him over, talk to him. He's like really nice. So I would say good experience with Ted. What was it like to be on Chopped? Have you been on other cooking shows? I haven't been on other cooking shows, but I did try out for Kids Baking Championship, so I would have liked to be on that show, but I was too old. What was it like to be on Chopped? I would say it was a really good experience. I had like no problems with anyone, with the judges, and like honestly, it was super fun being on TV show, and I would not take back any of it. It was really fun. One of the best experiences of my life. How much do Chopped contestants get paid? So if you win, you get $10,000 for Chopped Junior. I don't know if it's more for regular Chopped, but I'm pretty sure it's $10,000 for Chopped Junior. And I know a lot of people were asking about this because they think that the contestants get paid to be on the show. That's not true. You get paid. Do you even consider this getting paid? They pay for a hotel for the 2 or 3 days that you're filming. And they also pay for plane tickets. They give you like a blank, I'm not going to say the amount, but they give you a certain amount of money for the plane tickets. And then all the contestants stay in the same hotel. So they pay for one room. And you're allowed to have one guest or like one parent with you. So my mom was with me, but the room was big enough for my family of 4. So I don't know if you consider that getting paid. I guess we kind of made money off of that because the plane tickets weren't as much as how much money they gave us, but we don't get paid for competing. Is Chopped rigged? Okay, I don't think it's rigged. A lot of people think that you know who won before they actually film it, but you are doing everything live, cooking live, like you don't know anything about who's gonna get eliminated or not. The only part I would say is like, I don't know if you consider this rigged, but at the end of the day, it is a TV show, so they do want people to be like energetic and to be funny and stuff. So they would tell contestants like, oh, we want you to talk about like blank, or they're gonna ask a question because like this is kind of like the response we want you. It's not scripted when we're cooking, but they do say like, oh, we want you to keep being funny or stuff like that. And then the part where they introduce you at the very beginning, like when you're walking down the hallway and they have kind of like a background about you, they do script some of that. Like some of mine was scripted. So I don't know if you consider that being rigged, but it is a TV show, so they do have to, you know, script some stuff and make some adjustments along the way. Top chefs know ingredients beforehand. So I think this is a very common question that many people have. We do not know the basket ingredients. It is seriously a surprise. So what we do is we walk in, stand at our stations. They say like, you know, the basic rules of the game. Is that what it's called? The basic rules. They give you the rundown of the show. Like you have 30 minutes to make an appetizer, blah, blah, blah. So first we open it. I think we get to open it once. So you like stand like this, then you open it because they need to get 2 shots of it. So we all open it once. We get to see the ingredients kind of, and then we put it back. Then he recites it and then we do it again. So I mean, I guess you kind of get to see it beforehand, but it's seriously like within a minute. And then the second time we open it and we get to take all the ingredients out. They make us like take the ingredients out as like Ted names off what it is, and we have to like place it on our station, and then literally the timer starts. Like you have maybe 1 minute to decide. It's crazy. I don't even know how I thought of stuff. I kind of just had like a basic idea of things I could make. Literally no time to decide. It's kind of crazy. Why does Chopped have 4 plates? So we have to make 4 plates because 3 of them go to the judges, and then the 4th one is if you're on the chopping block. So they don't want like a plate that's half eaten on the chopping block. So they make you do 4 dishes, then they take all the dishes away so you don't like see if one's missing from a station or something like that. So that's why we have to make 4 plates. What is something most people don't know about the show? So I didn't really know how to answer this. So I found this article on Insider, and it's called Chopped Facts Secrets. So like secrets about Chopped. So I'm just gonna be reacting to them and saying if they're true or not, and like if I experience this. This is actually for like regular Chopped, so it's a little different, but I'm pretty sure that regular Chopped gets less time. I think we get like 5 to 10 minutes extra each round. So it is called 16 Surprising Things You Probably Didn't Know About Chopped. There are actually 5 chefs on each episode. Okay, this is true. I have a picture of all 5 of us, but in the case that someone gets sick or someone gets hurt, they have to have a backup. So there are 5 people. Yes, the mystery baskets is actually a mystery to the contestants. Yes, that's true. We have no clue what are in the baskets. It's terrifying. Contestants can bring their own set of knives to the Chopped kitchen, and they also receive instructions for the on-set appliances. Yeah, that's correct. I remember them telling us that we can bring our own knives. I mean, I guess if you're like emotionally attached, I don't really know, but like I didn't bring my own knives. And yes, we do need to learn how to use them and things like that, so we don't ruin their appliances. The rounds of the competition are completed in real time. Yes, this is completely true. From the time that the timer starts to the time it ends, we have no time in between. and we seriously have to stop when the timer ends. So it is very nerve-wracking. Fourth plate has a purpose. Yeah, that's for the chopping block. So unfortunately, that's where mine went. Yay. The chefs get a little bit of help to beat the clock. Oh, yeah. This sounds like worse than it actually is. They preheat the oven because with like 30 minutes to make a dessert, you don't have time to like wait for the oven to preheat. And then on the stove, there's a pot of boiling water. So if you want to make pasta, if you want to poach something, boil something, then it's ready. So that's really nice. Oh, also like the fryer is already heated up because I use that. So that's what they mean by help beat the clock. You don't get like advantages in any other way though. The mystery baskets are strategically planned and they're actually made with a meal in mind. I mean, that makes sense, right? Like they wouldn't just put like random stuff that they can't even think of something. That's interesting though. I want to know what mine would be. One 40-minute episode can take up to 14 hours to film. I mean, I'd believe that. We had 3 days of filming, I think. So the first day, you do like your whole intro. They film that part about you. You have like a time slot. You make a dish. I made fish tacos. Filmed that. Then the second day is filming. We have to wake up pretty early. I think it was like 6:30 or something. Pretty early. You start filming early in the morning, and then I want to say I ended at like 3, 4, but I also got eliminated, so it does matter when you get eliminated, because, you know, the faster you get eliminated, the faster you can go home. But then after you get eliminated, they ask you like questions, as you see in the show. They like switch back and forth between like us cooking and then us talking about like what we're gonna make. So depending on how long you stay in the competition, that's how long your interview after would be. I think mine was only like an hour to 2 hours. The first one I think is like 30 to 45 minutes, and then the last 2 contestants are like 2 to 3 hours, but I think they come back the next day, if I'm correct. I wouldn't know because I got eliminated. So just speaking from my experience. So I can definitely believe that it takes 14 hours to film. I don't remember how long ours was, but I would say pretty close to that. There will probably never be more than one ice cream machine. Is that like a secret? I'm kind of confused. Okay, I believe that. Oh, okay, Chop fans think that there should be 2 machines. Okay, that makes sense. The chefs can shoo Alan away whenever they want. Okay, good to know. Did not know that. I don't think he bothered me, so didn't have to shoo him away. Alan said he isn't allowed to sit at all while filming. That makes sense. I don't think I ever saw him sit. He like stands near the judges, talks to them, or he'll walk around talking to us. Producers are looking for chefs with a good backstory. Okay, maybe, but like, why'd they pick me? I'm literally just from California. And I'm from Palos Verdes, California. Look at this avocado. I'm a California girl. I literally had no backstory. Judges are sick of bread pudding. Good to know. Didn't make it to the dessert round, so not really a problem for me. I thought they'd be sick of like ice cream or something. The judging takes way longer than in real life than it does on TV. Oh my god, it does. Okay, you like present it and then they talk about the dish and then they ask you questions. Let me tell you, my feet hurt when they were asking this other girl questions because she lives on a farm. And they literally asked her about her cows, and she has like 80 cows, and she was just naming off every single one. My feet hurt. I just wanted to sit down. It says you do have the opportunity to explain yourself if you leave an ingredient off or if something doesn't come out the way you intended. Me. Because they asked like how I felt about leaving an ingredient out. and like what happened. So they definitely ask questions to each contestant when they're judging. You have to like explain what you did, what ingredients you use, so it does take a long time. It felt like an hour. It's very long. The leftover ingredients in the mystery baskets are actual leftovers from local restaurants. Oh, that's cool. I like that. The show's original pilot episode was shot in a mansion and featured a chihuahua. Okay, that's really random. I guess that was number 16. Definitely did not know that. Very random. So, I guess you could say those are some Chop secrets. I didn't know some of those. Very interesting. But I hope this answered your questions, anyone's questions about being on Chop Junior. If you have any more, feel free to ask me on like any social media. But I hope this was entertaining, fun to watch, informational even. If you want to watch my episode, I'm pretty sure you can buy it on YouTube, and it does run on Food Network once in a while. I'll put it on the screen. It's season 1, episode 5. It's called Fungi Times. So if you want to watch that, feel free. It's quite embarrassing because that was a long time ago. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.